about.
Right, yeah. Do you want to talk about what details for the NC State arena have been? Because I remember seeing the news article coming out with it. Is there any additional stuff related to it? Because we could totally, I think both of us can talk about our experience with the arena.
I don't have a ton of insight because the planning stages are definitely still in its infancy.
Yeah,
I don't even think they picked a location yet.
Okay.
So we got a little bit of time until that happens, but they're currently like polling some students, and they're asking me for a little bit of insight from my club and about like what kind of setups they should get, like what's ideal for like a PC that they should get, and they're like doing like the really like bare bones planning before they like set anything in stone. So I'm looking into like seeing if they want to use any of the club's connections, because we have connections through like UConnect, through like to MSI, to ASUS, to Red Bull.
Gives you wings.
Gives you wings. Shout out to Red Bull for giving us a whole cooler for this event, and to MSI for supplying the laptops and some extra peripherals. Just wanted to give them a quick shout out. But yeah,
Red Bull honestly is fueling me right now.
No,
I'm
I'm
set.
tired. But yeah, the arena is a long ways away, but I'm hoping that we can use it in a similar fashion to you guys have, because I've been to this arena so many times now that it's like I want to steal so much from it. Because the one thing that I want to steal the most is this production room that we're in right now. For anyone who doesn't know, I will rant about how beautiful this production room every time I come to UNC, because I love casting in here, I love getting to talk in here, and I want something like this for every college who does esports.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys have any thoughts on like how it's affected the club, how it's affected like the student organization?
I can talk about it.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I've been here for 4 years now of undergrad.
So
oh
wait, time out. Ryan McDad redeemed to Mak Dewey Poggers. So Poggers! Anyway.
That was so loud.
So to answer Avi's point, I've been here for 4 years of undergrad now. So I've been here when we've had practically nothing. And from hearing about the arena being made to it being officially open to being the first ones to use it. So when the arena first opened, which was like 2 years or a year ago, my league team was the first one to test it. So we didn't even have this production room yet. We had the table, like this was inside the arena. So the audio was like echoing and stuff like that. So we had to do a lot of work to improve it.
Yeah.
But with the addition of like the production room and like being able to use this first for our club, it made the whole production side of my club a lot more important, I guess. And with that, it made me make sure that whoever I was going to have as an officer for my production team be someone very competent, but also very passionate. And that's
guys, hire Mak Dewey! Hire Mak Dewey!
Can you hear Alan? Can you hear Alan? Can we hear Alan?
I can hear Alan. Can chat not hear Alan?
Ryan McChad.
Hello.
Said.
Hello.
Ryan McChad would never leave me astray, so.
Shout out Ryan McChad. Unmute your stream on your laptop really quickly. We have it right here anyway, so that's how we're looking at chat.
I hear Ryan, unmute your stream.
Come on,
what the
bro.
heck? I'm sorry, Alan.
We're being led astray.
As I was saying, having this is actually very like amazing, right? Because not a lot of universities I've talked to would have stuff like this, or not even a gaming arena to begin with, right? And just letting our players and just our students be able to use it is like very cool, and just something that like is for my club to adjust to, but it's not something that we're going to complain about adjusting to, right?
Right, yeah, absolutely. To kind of add on to what Alan was talking about from like my experience doing the production, funny enough, like with how all of this is kind of like worked out a bit, the arena was supposed to come out March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got like literally sent home. Nobody was on campus. And I think I was talking with Lee, and he was like, if we opened then, the whole thing would like burn to the ground. Mm-hmm. So they actually got a chance to adjust some things with like infrastructure wise, how the arena was going to work, including like this studio was not in the original plan, like Alan was talking about. When the league team went in to like test out the gaming setups and stuff, I was brought in to like do a cast, and I was yelling in the same room that they were playing in, and I feel like it was tilting for the players to like have that right there. And then the start of the production stuff, I don't think you need a studio to do esports production stuff, right?
That's definitely the case.
However, like during the pandemic and during when we were virtual here in like the studio, like we only started using the studio space not this semester but the previous semester. So we've only been here for like a semester and a half. With doing streams virtual beforehand versus being in here, it's literally like night and day.
I imagine the equipment here is really nice. You have like the nice stream deck over there that makes things really easy.
Yep.
And I don't know if you had that kind of equipment back at home,
not
or you
at
were
all.
just mouse and keyboard everything.
I was literally on like my desktop
Yes.
that I built during quarantine. Like I put it together. It's kind of like Legos. I recommend for anyone who like likes building shit, build your own PC. If I can do it, I believe anyone can do it. So
I could probably do it.
It's pretty. It wasn't too bad. I watched like an hour-long YouTube video and just followed along, and like at the end it turned on, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" And like it's crazy. But anyway, running a stream virtually, like you have to connect your casters. Like I would use OBS Ninja, which is a tool you can add your it's on like Chrome, whatever internet browser. You add your webcam to the browser, and then you send like I would get them to send me a link, and you add in the cams through a browser source on OBS.
Oh.
And with like people's home internet and stuff, like,
I was there.
Literally half the time it was like robot cams coming up, like pixelated casters.
And tell them about the whole syncing up thing you have to do too.
Oh my gosh. Crazy. Like especially in League, you have to get the producer and the casters in the lobby to spectate.
Yeah.
And then when you load in game, you're like, okay, everyone pause at 3. Pause it. Everyone paused at 3.
I have had to do this
paused
before.
at 3. Okay, 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, someone fucked it up. Okay, pause. Okay, we got to redo it. Sorry, podcast. It's just Mac unfiltered.
No,
it's
you're good. You're good. And then you have to. And then the best fucking part is when someone hits play on 3 instead of on go.
Yep.
and then the person saying go has to hit a second after go because the natural like delay in the Discord. I'm just like.
Just tons of tech issues and stuff that we had to learn and get used to. But I just remember last year I would just come to Mark and be like, hey, we have a match on this day. Would you like to cast it? And he'd be so excited for it every time. And I would sit there because I was like excited about how the process worked. And I would sit there and be like, oh, so this is like all the work that you have to do it. Because they have to sync it up and they have to make sure they're on the same thing or same time. Yep. And then if there's an issue in the game, then they have to figure out how to communicate to each other without it being on broadcast.
Yeah, really tricky. Yep. So being in the studio with the dope PCs to run the games and run the streams, Ethernet to broadcast smoothly, they hooked us up in here, and I'm so excited to see what the production crew in the future does with the space and stuff. And I think part of the challenge, at least with the production side of things, like even outside of the studio, it was just syncing everyone up and getting it incorporated in the process of kind of what we do.
I'm looking forward to. Wow, it was like a way longer answer than I was expecting. I mean, that's all beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to like, hopefully making like an identity for NC State in the same way that you guys kind of have. And I realize that it's going to be really difficult without having a Mak Dewey there, but
anyone can be Mak Dewey.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I need to find.
We're all Mak Dewey. Mak Dewey is not a person. It's a group. It's a unity. It's a mindset. You know,
I'm gonna need
Camo Henry's Mak Dewing right now. Podsalam is everyone's Mak Dewey.
I need to find some people at NC State. Are you like studying production?
No, I'm a computer science, information science double major.
That is hilarious. You have nothing to do with this in like education.
Nothing. No, nothing. That's low key why. Like I try to surround like for like the camera stuff, like that's why I brought someone else in to do like the camera stuff.
Yeah.
For like the content shoot that we did earlier this week and stuff. I know my wheelhouse. It's like OBS and talking really loud.
I mean, that's all you need.
Yeah, that's all I need, right? And then so I think it's a group effort. Like like Photoshop and like Adobe Premiere Pro. I know like the basics, but it's all through like just sending it and like trying it out. And I think a lot of times I'll look for like examples of like what's cool and try to replicate it. Like for I think it was Glitch, the Smash tourney.
Yeah.
I literally like tried to replicate one of those scenes into like what we do, and I was like, I just look at a broadcast. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like that, kind of like breaking it down, looking at the elements, and then building it back up on like OBS. It's not too bad. Figure it out.
You figure it out. I guess I can create a Mak Dewey at NC State then.
Yes, you can. I believe.
I'm sure I can find someone.
You just gotta water it every day.
Honestly, with that many students, I think the issue is more of getting it out than finding someone.
I realize that it's like it's difficult for me to find people who want to get involved without like having official support from the school.
Yep.
And it's like being completely student driven has its benefits. Because like me and my officers have complete control over what we say, what we do, and how we how we present ourselves. But when you get admin funding, I assume it'll become a little bit more restrictive. It'll become a little bit because you're representing the school a little bit more.
And
like, we're not even allowed to use the word Wolfpack.
I
think
that's a little bit for us too.
Yeah.
Certain like naming conventions.
If you're not sanctioned by the university, you can't call yourselves like Tar Heel Esports or something, right? I don't think so.
I think so. Yeah.
There's like
we kind of hard word, colloquially use like we just like you say like go Tar Heels and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't like. I think we would potentially get into some trouble too.
I'm
if
pretty
we, like,
sure
put that on like our brand.
I'm pretty sure that like since we're like NC State students, we can say like go Pack. But like we can't call ourselves Wolfpack Esports. That's like the future. That's what we want. But like
for now.
But we can use like hashtag go Pack, you know? Pack dub. Or
I definitely do hashtag go heels to try to get on that like
just a little
Twitter
bit, you know?
side, like whatever, like if people use like search by the hashtags, I try to get go heels in there.
Abusing the algorithm a little bit.
Yeah.
Eventually like the sports fans will follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the UNC baseball account will like retweet one of your posts. You're like, oh, we're there. That's the goal. When you start having like the sports accounts like interact with you,
that'd be dope.
That would be dope.
Yeah.
I was like a social media manager for the first like 6 months of being an officer. So I love talking about how like it's so annoying to see every NC State Twitter account like do their own thing, and then we're just like over here like completely like they're in a Venn diagram overlapping each other, and we're just like on another planet. Like our circle is like literally off the screen. And I want to see the day when like the esports at NCSU Twitter account, or if it becomes like Wolfpack Esports or whatever, gets to like quote tweet like a baseball thing or something, or like a basketball tweet, and be like, "We won today. You guys lost." I don't know. I feel like
flame them.
Yeah, just flame them. I don't actually want to see our teams lose, but like that would be funny. You know?
I will say, Ryan McDad, question from the chat. What are your thoughts on League of Legends superstar CLG Bob Timer?
CLG Bob Timer? CLG Bob Timer? Did Sam ever play for CLG?
The joke is that he could play for CLG because their top laner was bad enough.
With his champion pool?
That's what I was saying.
Okay, all right. Bob Timer is a great player when he is on two champions.
You're going to be matched up with him tomorrow.
Oh, I'm not worried.
For the League of Legends match, right? You're not worried at all?
I am a Bob Timer fan. I think if he played other than two champions, which you're gonna ban him out anyway.
Oh, we're not gonna ban him out. His champ pool is awful into mine, so it doesn't matter.
So anyway, if he picked up a couple more champions, I think he could make it up there. I think he'd probably make it to Challenger a little bit faster too. Not to talk shit or anything, but I'm talking shit. So why am I talking shit on my own players? You suck, Alan.
Oh, I'm not worried, bro. I've not played the game in forever, and we're still gonna stomp them.
It's UNC Legacy though too, right?
Yep.
So
okay, but it's NC State Legacy too.
Oh.
This is not just like the run of the mill we played with this roster in fall. This is like the best of the best from NC State.
And it's the same for us practically.
Yeah.
You have Apollo coming in?
No, he hasn't been here in like 3 years.
He has a full-time job, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
He's out doing stuff now.
There was my Valorant team played in a LAN 2 weekends ago at Triangle Esports Academy in Cary, formerly known as Contender.
Right. Yeah.
So and they were playing against a mixed team of NCSU alumni and a couple of like NCSU like B team members.
Sure.
And I went in because I was like technically signed up as their coach because we don't have a coach, and I was like, I want to go see this, I want to take some pictures, I want it to be a fun like photo op, and I was like, I went over to them and like they were kind of getting crushed by these alumni because they're really good at the game, they're really good, and the second like my team went around, I was like, look at these boomers, they're so old, they got full-time jobs, their hairs are graying. We got 2-0'd, but I got my words in, and that's what I'm happy about. If your players got full-time jobs, they're taking L's. I'm pretty sure some of my players have full-time jobs.
All my graduate players now have full-time jobs. And they check in on me like every now and then, which is nice.
Shout-outs to them. You're going to take it out. Their hairs are going to be graying by the end of the match.
But yeah, they don't play League as much anymore. But that's like me now, too. I don't play League as much.
Would you ever coach League, Alan?
No. I could. I've done it with my friends, but it's for fun, right? But never seriously. I don't think...
Right, you would coach like a team. You would coach like individual players?
Yeah, I've done it plenty of times because that's the whole thing with like playing League is that you teach your friends it, right? And then I started teaching my club members it, and it was fun.
Dan Gugley's in chat. Oh my goodness.
But not enough where it's like I want to pursue this type of deal.
Yeah.
But I like teaching
people the game.
Did you
ever make it a challenger?
No, I made it to GM last season.
Did you ever want to make it a challenger, or were you like satisfied at GM?
The thing is, I play like very few games a year. And then I elo sit as well. And I play. The whole thing is that the running joke is that I play one game a day, and I call it net positive, and then I stop playing.
No, that's exactly how I am too. Except I'm in plat in Valorant, and you're GM, so there's a big difference.
Yeah. The whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole thing is that I can't sit down and play 8 hours a day anymore.
Yeah.
And like, let's say I play 8 hours and I play 8 games, and I go like 5-3, right? That's only 2 games up technically at the end of the day, and that feels awful. But I could just play one game for an hour and be up one game, and it's around the same thing.
I was doing that in TFT for a while because like I like tried hard for one set, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna. Like set 6 and now set 6.5 I'm still kind of trying.
Okay.
But I like made it to diamond in set 6 and I was like, yes, finally. And I started the climb to master and I was like, I can't play 8 hours a day anymore because it was like 3 weeks in a row where I was like procrastinating everything, like I wasn't doing any work and I was just playing TFT all day. And then like I'd be like, I'd do my homework for like 1 hour and I'd be like, all right, you know what, never mind, I'm going back to TFT. I can't stop myself. And I made it to...
I gotta get back on the carousel. I gotta get back.
I made it to D1 40 LP. And then the reset happened, and I haven't made it past D2 now. So I'm in my struggle era.
Yeah, you would think for TFT you could do work on the side in between rounds, but you can't.
Oh my god.
I've actually tried
before.
Such
sweaty people in that game. It's so rough because like I have to scout every round because I'm getting scouted every round, and I'm getting contested every game, and I'm just like, this game sucks. Why am I even playing this game? It's RNG. Like my rank is just RNG.
We could probably talk about how we all got started in the scene.
Oh, yeah. How did you get started casting? I'm curious about that.
Oh, I know about this story plenty of times.
It's literally the biggest meme on my production crew. They all have... Wait, could one of you guys tell them? I feel like... Do you guys know the story well enough by now?
Yeah, it's just you went to the Game Fest.
Wait,
do you want to go over there?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if Blake can do it, because...
I've heard this story so many times.
Yeah, literally, I tell everyone... I want to see if Blake can do it.
Welcome, Blake.
Hey, what's up? Guest star. Yeah, the story goes you signed up to play League at Game Fest.
My dad knows too.
Then you had a caster. You were in the if you're looking at chat, Ryan's telling it right now. He signed up for Game Fest. He didn't get
My freshman year.
His freshman year wasn't able to get on a team because there wasn't enough people to make a full team. So they asked him if he wanted to cast, and then obviously the rest is history. Did his first casting at the Game Fest, and then
fell in love,
and here we are today. So
Yep.
boom, there you go.
You're literally a professional now. Isn't that crazy?
I don't really consider myself a professional. I don't know. I
got
feel like
hired
it's a
for amateur
compliment.
tournaments.
I mean, you've gotten paid for casting. So
I mean,
technically
I have gotten paid.
I
for
have
casting.
too, but I don't really consider myself a professional to his level.
I see.
I
But
don't even consider.
But the
myself
person
that.
who got you to cast was Reese, right? If I remember.
It was Richard, I think.
Oh, Richard.
It was Richard, like OG Richard.
Yeah,
from
then
freshman year league president.
Yeah, and then the president after that, Reese, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I took over, he recommended me to get Mark to cast.
Well, yeah, because Reese didn't really reach out to me that much.
Because we didn't have much.
Year.
Yeah,
I mean, we
we
didn't have the studio or anything. Like, streams would have been tough. I didn't have my desktop, so I couldn't run like.
You were on your Lenovo ThinkPad or something.
Yeah, like my HP Spectre 360 running stream. That'd be a little tough.
But yeah, we went from a laptop in the back of Citizen to online on his own Lego built setup.
Yep.
And then now here in the production room, which is honestly incredible.
Quite the glow up.
Yeah.
And then so February 2020, I did. It was the Triangle Esports Championship. There was a lot of NC Smashers there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was like my first time casting a Smash event. There was literally like Curtis was there.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh, Mekos was there. Peepnut was there.
Peepnut
was there. Like it was a crazy stacked tourney, and there was Mak Dewey. I was literally solo casting.
You were solo casting?
I was solo casting this big ass NC Smash event.
Did they ask
solo
you?
Solo casting is already rough.
Did they ask
Doing
you
it
to
for
cast?
Smash is even
Just
worse.
you?
Yeah, it was just me. I mean, it was like it was through Bull City Gaming. Shout out Jatovi, who like.
Oh, I know.
Jatovi's a homie. Love Jatovi. And yeah, he put together this like it was a really cool in-person event. Again, February 2020, literally like before you like.
Like right before the pandemic.
Right before the pandemic, and so from that, I don't really think I casted that much between, like my first time that Fall Fest. And then that was fall 2018.
Yep.
So between fall 2018 and 2020, I didn't really cast that much. And then that like right before the pandemic hit, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like,
I'm gonna
grind. And like randomly, I got like a Discord notification about like this one amateur league. Like it's completely online. You know, they do like virtual casts and stuff. They were like, we're looking for casters. Like. Yeah, can you like join or like sign up? And I was like, sure, I'll throw my shit out there. And then the producer was like, I think you got potential. And I was like, ooh. And so throughout March 2020 and then like for like the entire pandemic and stuff, I was casting online and like grinding.
That's so sick.
That was what I did. Like that's how I kind of kept busy during the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah, I was not as productive as you were. I was getting to max level in Wizard 101.
I love Wizard 101. That was my first game. When I was a kid, fun fact, I didn't understand like the internet disconnecting. So in Wizard 101, when you like lose internet connection, this like yellow orb pops up. And it just starts blinking. And I literally would have like a fit. Like 8-year-old Mark did not know what the hell was going on. I thought like the game was crashing. And like one time I was in a dungeon and it happened.
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, no. And then the internet came back and I was like, oh my god,
it fixed itself.
I can finish this Marley Bone dungeon.
I think everyone's played Wizard 101.
Did everyone get to max level? Because I have a level 140 wizard.
For me, you had to, wasn't it?
That's crazy. I need to try to do that after I graduate.
It takes a really, really long time.
Wasn't it subscription based or something
it's still
too?
subscription based.
Yeah, because I could never get
$10
that.
a month for like 2 years.
For
Not
me,
2 years. It was
my
8 months or something.
My parents would never give me money for that stuff.
Yeah,
so
no, I did it when I
maxed out.
turned 21.
I see.
Yeah, it was a great time. But yeah, back to being productive.
Yes.
I started. I'm definitely not as seasoned of a commentator as you are, but I started casting in Smash Brothers.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like my first event was just. I was like, I've never commentated anything before. It sounds fun. I love esports. Let me do that. so I hopped on the mic at a Smash Sands Frontier. Shout out Robert. Shout out Cam. Shout out Smash Sands. Shout out Hobbs. Shout out Adrian. Love you guys. And I hopped on the mic and I started talking about the game. And I was horrible at Smash Brothers. Horrible at it. I did not know anything about what I was talking about. But I was like, damn, talking on a microphone is so much fun. Yeah. And now I am a seasoned player. I'm still not good, but I understand the game.
Yeah.
And I expanded to Valorant and in CS and League, and the rest is history. I'm so excited to cast with you tomorrow. I've been talking about casting with you for a year, and we've never done it. It's finally happening
tomorrow.
We need to have face cams for a way of picking up mics in there because there's gonna be a lot of shit talking.
Oh yeah, really I want to be able to do a quick mic check or something if we can.
Okay.
We shouldn't do that during the broadcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
But maybe splice some stuff afterwards. Yeah.
Maybe if we get this is literally the first thought that comes to my mind for setting that up. I think getting people, like, if they were in a Discord call.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Just turn them on streamer mode so they can't hear, like, the Discord join notification. We can just pop in there.
Well, even that, or just, like, have someone
record the comms.
Have someone record comms.
Issue I have with that is it could echo a little bit across the things. So you might have to
you guys are
put
going to be yelling at
subtitles.
each other.
It'll pick up on everyone else's mic, too.
We'll see, yeah. I have no idea.
I mean, that sounds really funny.
My biggest motto, and I think what's like been most beneficial for us as like a production crew and stuff is like, if we want to do something, we just got to try and do it. Like, send it, don't worry about it like being perfect or whatever. Like, we can improve and iterate in the future, but just like trying to, and it doesn't even have to be like big changes. I think like over time we've made a lot of small changes that have like come together.
I think that's something I really like, and going back to sort of like being a club president and whatnot. It's something I like haven't been able to take to heart yet, just because I have been like really worried about everything being perfect, every event running to a T, and obviously this event hasn't been perfect. We ran into like 50 snags already with like the Valorant teams canceling and having to fill in with this podcast, but I'm having a great time, and I hope that people watching are going to be having a great time. Tomorrow's going to be really exciting.
So how did you end up being the president of
It's a funny story
at NC State? Because I remember last semester we had like a similar Triangle event, but it was just for Smash
Just
Bros.
for Smash, yeah.
And when you came, I don't think you were president.
I was a social media manager.
You were social media. So how did you...
The club has gone through like a weird evolution and a weird growth, and I remember someone mentioned earlier from the Rocket League teams that the club has grown a lot in the past like 6 months.
Yeah.
What happened was the old guard graduated in around 2018.
Okay.
Anywhere from 2018 to 2020 is when like the seniors who like started the club graduated.
Right.
And then the pandemic hit.
Tough.
And our
really
former
tough.
president Griffin was like, all I can really do is like hold online events, like hold 10 minutes and stuff, and the club wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
And finally, I get a DM from the Valorant captain who's like, I need a social media manager to handle Valorant. And I was like, bet, I'll do that.
Yeah.
And that was in like September of 2021. And I was like, all right, cool. So then he brings on a couple of people to do social media, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take point here. I'll like run the Twitter account and do everything for you guys. And then I did way more than I intended to do. And I was like, I'm gonna do everything. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, because like purely out of passion.
Yeah.
Because I love like esports. I love esports at NC State. I love like the brand that we developed. And then I got randomly, well, not I got, but like the officers got randomly approached by this guy. I was like, hey, I made a new logo for you guys, because like I don't know if you remember the old logo that we had. That was like the wolf with the little headset on. It was really cute. It was like cute, but it wasn't like super professional. And he was like, hey, I designed this new thing. Like check this out. And I was like, you're hired.
You're hired.
Yeah.
You're hired.
And him and his buddy, they like he like made the logo, made like all the graphic designs, and I was like, this is awesome. And so like with me running social media and like Griffin at the helm and David, who is our designer, like making everything, we like rebranded the club. Yeah. And Griffin graduated in December. And he was like, I need to find a successor. And I was like, cool, yeah, you should pick one of the other people. And it's like, he's like, I'm gonna pick you because you do everything. And I was like, okay.
Bet.
Yeah, so and here I am. I'm set to well, actually I can't say much, but I'm set to get some stuff in the works, a little bit classified. I'm set to get some things in the work in the next week or so. Some big things are going to be happening, I hope, with the arena, because like low key, I'm like the luckiest dude ever. I'm in the right place at the right time, because the second I got appointed president is when arena gets announced, $16 million, and I'm just like, awesome! I get to be the one to talk to you guys. Lucky me.
Yeah. I just remember seeing that and being like, man, that's crazy that they got like this much money for the arena.
It is so insane.
So could you imagine?
I cannot fucking believe how I still have this reaction every time I think about it.
Like I could imagine it being 2 or 3 times bigger than ours.
2 or 3? Try like 7.
Like,
you know like the giant TSM facility in California?
Yeah.
$15 million budget.
Winnable.
Granted, we do
if they
have,
do it right, too.
For some reason, there's $4 million set aside for mobile esports infrastructure, which is supposed to be a truck, like a gaming truck that you can sit on and game, which is like kind of a weird idea. And I'm like, I'm trying to see if I can convince them.
A mobile gaming truck.
Here's what I'm thinking. What I'm hoping.
The Army, like the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they go to like conventions and like try and get people to like join.
Get in the van. Get in the van. Game in the van.
And play Valorant for us, and then enlist. But
oh shit! They're actually just like analyzing the players to see who is the best decision making.
Like
who entry frags the best.
For like
I'm
NC
trying
State,
to. What's up?
With such a good engineering school too, like I have very high hopes for how your arena's gonna turn out.
I'm really excited as well.
I didn't think about that. Hopefully you guys can get some like baller engineering.
Yeah.
I want to see some like is it like the World of Engineering Twitter account or something? I feel like there's always like cool engineering shit that just like blows my mind.
There's no specification, just cool engineering.
Just cool, like I don't know. I mean, me comp sci, I just code stuff,
Exactly.
But I feel like the physical innovation of engineering is very exciting to me and something I hope.
I'm trying to see how much
like
student input they'll take.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to see if like we can't get like people from every department to contribute in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Because like one of the limitations that a lot of like this is something I like talking about a lot, is that physical sports have like a lot of limitations in that they are just physical sports, and like while you can apply them to other things, it's like it doesn't happen usually.
Right.
Esports is so easy to like apply to psychology, apply to like humanities, apply to engineering, apply to everything, and I want like our esports program and the arena as a whole to be like a home for anyone at NC State rather than like just esports players or just like College of Engineering, comp sci people who really like video games. And that's something that's really important to me, is that the club and the program in the future, if we do end up getting a program, is not limited to just comp sci boys who are straight and white and like playing video games.
That was the whole stigma with my club, is that people were very surprised when the president and the VP, for once in my club, was both biology pre-med majors, because they've always been comp sci majors until now.
I'm like the odd man out. I'm a marketing major.
There we go.
I'm like studying.
That's
easy
what we
shit.
need. That's what you need, though.
I'd like to think
kind
that.
Of mindset.
I'd like to think that a lot of the club's growth has been, like, in part due to me, but like it has been an absolute team effort. Like I'm like leading the charge or whatever, but really it's like I would be nowhere without like my designer, without my team of officers, without my VP. Without my players doing all the work. I get the easy job, honestly. I just get to talk about them.
Yeah,
because they make it so easy. I'm hoping, going back to the arena a little bit, I'm hoping that like I can convince the people planning it to like adapt it, because the story behind it is that there's a senator from, I don't know what county. I think it's Lincoln County. I don't remember. It starts with an L.
Okay.
He has always been advocating for esports and sees it as like a means of like bringing in tourism, and he was like, I'm gonna like push for this in the North Carolina General Assembly to have some funding and like put it in Raleigh, and by that gave it to NC State to do that. And I was like, that's really lucky. So I'm trying to see if we can't
huge win, huge W.
Huge W for me. I'm trying to see if we can't like make the arena like a center for esports. In not just North Carolina, but like the entire East Coast.
East Coast is big.
East Coast is huge, and like having it like centralized on the East Coast so that people from like even the Midwest would be able to travel to it really easily. People from New York, people from Florida, and that way we sort of have like how LA is like the center for esports. LA is like the center for esports on the West Coast. We can do the same thing in Raleigh.
Yeah.
It feels weird comparing LA to Raleigh, but like it's totally possible. And like the truck is like, I don't know if that's like
we need the truck.
I don't know if the truck is like a pipe dream for the senator, because he like put like specific like language about it in the what's it called in the
plan.
In the plan in the GA bill for the funding. But I'm wondering if we can't just like, instead of like making it like an actual truck, like just create mobile esports infrastructure, so that if people want to like host an event in Boone or in Wilmington or even like up in Richmond or down in Charleston, we can send them from NC State or from North Carolina as a whole. We can send them equipment in order to make that event happen.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're like pulling from 5 different vendors and like getting setups from 50 different places, and like the privatized companies aren't super profitable, so they have to jack up their prices a lot. And if it's created by the state, it makes it a lot easier for like state sanctioned esports events to happen. That's what I'm hoping that I can convince them is like the right idea, instead of saying like, this is going to be a flashy mobile gaming truck, and I'm like, that's cool, don't get me wrong, it's fun, it's funny, but like
good meme.
it's not that practical, you know what I mean? That's like a long ways away though. And I need them to start taking me seriously first.
Alan, if there's one thing you could change about the gaming arena that we have here, what would it be?
I'm listening.
Man,
very closely.
I don't know what I change about it, because we've started with the arena with like a lot of tech issues, right?
Yeah.
And we made improvements since. I don't know what I change about it, honestly. I would love to have more like room, right?
Yeah, can we make it bigger?
Because
that's our big thing,
well, what we have right now is like what 9 of those TVs, 3 of each console for 3 stations, right? And then what, like 30 PCs? But sometimes
over 30.
Yeah.
Like 35, I think.
I think
40.
Actually for me as a competitive player, like to have it more feasible for my comp teams at least, right?
Honestly, I think going off of that, like a competitive room. Or
that's what I'm
hoping
to push for.
Or something like Boise State. They have like Boise State is kind of sick with their esports setup. They have like a professional, like you see on like LCS. Where they literally have like a stage set up with like
that's what I'm hoping we can
5-ish computers on a stage next to each other facing the crowd, and then they have like a spectator area.
Yeah, that's what's I'm kind of biased when I say this, but like just having a whole competitive section at least in the arena, where it's like boxed off from everyone
like
else. Yeah, and just having like noise cancellation, right? So you can't hear each other or hear someone else talking. Would be amazing. Cause
I would love for like a stage is like, I don't know if that's like out of the question, or if it's like a long-term dream, or if it's like a pipe dream that I'm not going to be able to fulfill, but like having like a stage so that when we do Triangle Takedown in 2024 at the NC State Arena, we have it on stage. That would be so sick. Are you kidding me?
Like for us, the end goal for competitive, at least for broadcasting, is that we have a separate space for my comp players to play in. So like we don't do practice at home anymore. We all come in, right, and do practice here.
That's what I'd like to be able to do.
And everyone
as well.
like is very comfortable
like a
with
varsity room.
Yeah, they're comfortable using like the setups here, and then we like have a meeting room already, right, for our coaches to come in and talk over there, right? And that'd just be amazing, just to have like people actually come in rather than like and see each other and
being
play.
able to utilize it as like a proper competitive space,
and
like
actually,
a facility,
and
instead
interact
of
with
like
each other, right?
Arena,
yeah, that'd be amazing.
It's been rough, especially like post-pandemic, like making teams and stuff, because I played for the not to flex or anything, but I played for the C string, the 3rd string Valorant team at NCSU. Valorant White, shout out Valorant White, shout out Sid, shout out NC Jack, shout out Jimin, I love you guys, shout out Trippy. Anyways, I played for that team, and like I've met them in person like once, and like I'm friends with them. Don't get me wrong, but like it's so difficult when your only interactions are through
online.
Discord.
Yeah, absolutely. Even for like growing the production team, just like getting started with it online, and sending out like a Zoom link. Hey, join the Zoom link and stuff. I think people, when they walk into the studio, they get hooked. They're like, whoa, the lights, the desk.
Yeah.
No, that's what happened to me. I don't even go here.
Yeah,
and I'm hooked.
I never get tired of people's reactions, because I've done so many tours of this place, and they're like, it's so cool, or like, it's awesome.
I love doing that, because when I brought my players in to do content,
yeah,
I was like, I want to show you guys the production room. I want to show you guys the production room. Come on, let me show you.
Because it's always everyone knows about the arena, but no one knows about the production. Production's even like more amazing.
I think this room is cooler than the arena. I love the arena.
Don't
get me wrong, but like this room makes me so happy. As someone who loves commentating and stuff, and this is the nicest place I've ever commentated, and probably will ever commentate for a long time.
Until
NC 2024.
Well, that's in 2 years. Wait a minute.
Well, we'll be the first one to tour it, hopefully.
Oh, dude, I don't know if I'm even still gonna be here.
We can swap shoes a little bit. We can be like, oh my god.
The goal is for them to hire me, but like, I don't know if they want to deal with me or not, because I will push for things a little bit too hard. You know what I mean?
but that's never like a bad thing, right?
Yeah, but for them, it's like I don't know how much they want to invest. Like I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm gonna assume that they want to hear my thoughts, and they want to hear, like, that's why they're giving me an opportunity to talk to them.
Yeah.
They want to hear like what the club is like, what the students have been doing, and like I don't know if they want to invest in us. I want them to at least use our branding, but like
Yeah.
Was that like a difficulty for you guys? Do you guys have like a separate logo? Like, did you guys have like a designer come in and like make assets and stuff?
No. So the person who made all the logos was the president of our club 3 years ago. Her name was Anne. So she was like very good at graphic designing and stuff. So she rebranded.
We still use it.
Yeah.
Shout out Anne.
Yeah, she rebranded our logo and everything. So this is what we're
and that
using
same
today.
logo that's
it
like
used
on
to
stream.
be Blake stand up. It used
to
to
be the
be
button.
what Blake has
Yeah.
on his shirt, where it's just like the thumb pad.
Yep.
Come show the people. Show the people.
Compare, yeah. You can compare right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it used to be that, and then Anne's very talented, so she made the new logo.
Yeah, the new logo is sick.
Mhm.
Very fuckers. I'm wondering if like if there's any difficulties. I don't know if you have any experience talking to them about like branding or about copywriting or anything, or if they even like take that branding seriously at all.
It's a complicated story
Yeah.
because there's a lot of branding guidelines, right? Us using this brand is already like kind of controversial already, right? For them, but like
Have you
this-
talked to them about it? Is that
Yeah.
like come up in conversation?
No, it has, but I can't talk too much about what was the result of it. But for now, it's like okay that we use it, right?
Okay.
Because it's like representing our club and such.
Yeah, like it's all us representing the student organization
And not the university.
and not the university.
I'm
So I think that distinction is kind of like important.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is for us as well, because like the way it is that it only represents the student organization. We don't even call, like I said earlier, we can't call ourselves Wolfpack Esports.
Yeah.
We have to use the esports at NC State
Yeah.
because of the branding guidelines, because we're a student organization, we're not sanctioned. I'm hoping that if we get university sanctioned, it means that we can keep our branding, and
Yeah.
they'll like legitimize it. They'll give us copywriting and like.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know if that's like I was kind of hoping you would like have some insight on that, but I guess that's just something I'll have to find out about, because I remember I was like sort of like
I have an idea, but I can't say it on broadcast.
we'll do it.
After hours.
I was doing some research into places like St. Clair College.
I love Maryville.
Maryville's is really
Maryville's
cool.
is nuts.
Maryville, I saw, is coming out with like a huge facility.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I think Maryville is probably like the top esports program that I know of.
Yep.
At least they're like bonkers in league.
Especially where it is.
Probably in other games, there's bigger schools. They're okay, yeah.
Like Maryville is pretty big for where it's located.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
St.
what's
Louis,
been-
they had a crazy good land.
Yeah.
as
That's what's
well.
been happening for a lot of small schools though. Like Converse is the same way, because they put a
Mhm.
lot of money into
Winthrop.
esports. Yeah, Winthrop as well.
Yep.
I'm
But,
wondering if like, because I saw St. Clair, for example, and they have different
Mhm.
branding for their esports, for the St. Clair Saints, their esports program, and the actual college itself.
Right.
And I'm wondering if like that was like sanctioned by the administration, if it's like if it started out as a student organization and it grew into
Right.
something more.
Yeah.
I need to know like if NC State like wants to take advantage of esports, which obviously they will.
Mm-hmm.
If they're gonna want to like steamroll us, or if they're gonna want to like, hey, you guys have some stuff that's cool. Let's use
adjust,
that.
Let's adjust it, maybe officialize
Yeah.
it, because just for like us in like my experience doing like Photoshop stuff and like making graphics for like
Excuse me.
social media, like the brand guidelines and making sure everything is like consistent and just making those decisions is like so important, and
Yeah.
like having like just like the colors you use consistent and those defined, and kind of writing it all out, making it like this is what we're gonna use, I think is like a big thing, because like with some of our issues I think that like we run into with graphic stuff, it's like you're kind of like bringing in new people, and then they're like, okay, what are we looking for, and they're like just the artists are like, okay, what direction should we go, and then like without brand guidelines it's kind of hard for us to like bring them on and get them caught up to speed with like kind of what we have going on.
I will say like an important thing to consider is that for both our clubs at least, they're run by students.
Mhm.
Like we're all still students doing this, right?
Yeah.
And this like could be jobs that people actually have,
Yeah.
right? Like the designing, all this, like the production stuff, right? All this is something
could be assigned to someone full time.
literally like a job, and we're just
Yeah.
doing this as like part time, or not even part time, but as a
You're not
hobby.
getting paid.
It's a hobby,
Yeah.
right? And we're still students, like
Yeah.
with full time classes, stuff like that, which is really cool.
My I'm lucky that my designer like created everything to be like adaptable and scalable.
Yeah.
I think like having like a really like small and like really simple, straightforward logo like we have. I don't know if you have any thoughts, but like it's pretty lit. It's pretty sick.
When we saw that branding, I think Sam or Bob Timer had told us about it. I was like, wow, it looks like a lot better than what it was before. For sure.
And it's very scalable. It like doesn't do too much, but it's like
It's very
recognizable.
minimalistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes with like the trend of companies going really minimalist.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
So like I think I'm hoping that it's like something that administration likes and is like we can adjust to that. We can use that. Because I feel like if I get this logo like on the arena, that'll be enough payoff for my designer. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Like a logo you designed like technically for fun, but ended up getting used as like now on a $16 million facility.
That's literally ours. Like our logo's in there.
That's
like,
sick,
advertising
isn't
our
it?
club. Yeah.
That's
really
what
awesome.
I'm hoping will happen. How long have we been talking for? It's been a while. It's 4:20. Oh my
It's been
god.
like an hour.
It's time to smoke.
Blazing.
But Henry has a good question.
Ooh, let's hear it.
He said arenas are cool, but what about the scholarships for student gamers? I'll let you talk about that first.
I don't know how much I can really reveal. I do know that there's interest from our faculty in doing it.
Mm-hmm.
At least a couple members of our faculty are interested in recruiting because there's a lot of opportunities for increasing admissions, increasing outreach in other communities that like I remember having a conversation with my advisor that said like maybe like 60% of NC State applicants are from, bless you,
Thank you.
are from like 6 counties in North Carolina.
Yep.
And like esports,
Union, Charlotte Mac,
Wake,
Orange County.
and maybe Forsyth. I don't know what
That's
the
my
other ones are.
guess for top 5.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there.
And then like esports is an opportunity to outreach to smaller counties and get to every corner in North Carolina because it's so virtual. You can talk to people digitally way more easily. You don't need to be in person to recruit that way.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of like charity opportunities. Like we have relationships with the National Sclerosis Foundation now.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been working with the North Carolina Smash community to do charity tournaments on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Although that's been more of like the Smash Club and we're just kind of like there on the side.
Yeah.
And they're doing most of the work.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the scholarships are something that'll come hopefully soon. And I understand that like as a public university it's like really not possible to give a full ride.
Yep.
But I'm hoping that in the near future, like within a year and a half or so, we'll be able to give like smaller scale scholarships to players that we recruit.
Yeah, it's definitely a goal to get scholarships for student like players, right? Who play for teams.
I realize that like my players don't have a lot of incentive to actually play other than like glory,
Competitive.
competitive spirit and
Yep.
like wanting to compete because like sometimes they're just like I'm not getting anything out of this if we're not performing. And if you're not like top 8, you're not making money either.
Yeah.
So like
No, absolutely.
I think we both can relate that. Like we do get messages from students asking if we do provide scholarships.
constantly. Oh my god. Every day I get a different email that's like, "Are you guys offering scholarships
Yep.
yet?" And I'm like, "Chill out, man. I'm working on it.
Yep.
I'm trying, okay?"
And it's so crazy to me because it's like UNC is a public school that's not even like an esports focused school.
It's
like
not.
by like it's the
Like
farthest
the
away
arena's
from
tucked
it.
into the bottom of a dorm.
Like it's so crazy that a university like UNC would have something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that people would be asking for like video game scholarships, which is even crazier, right? Because the prestige for our university is that's a public university, and it's like the biology department, stuff like that, right? And for IC it's like the engineering department, and people like are looking for video game scholarships here. Because when I think of video game scholarships, it's like in California or like Maryville, right?
Yeah, or small scale like private schools.
Yeah, exactly. Who are focused on that stuff, not ours.
Who are like putting it at the forefront.
But it just shows that like the student scholarships is like definitely like a draw for people.
It's possible. It's totally possible. And all it is like we just gotta organize it, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Is it,
definitely.
I don't know if it's completely on us, but like it kind of feels like it's on us. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a goal and it's something we want in the future, but I don't know if there's like a certain time frame for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it'll come eventually, right?
I'm hoping my prayer is that even if I'm not like the one doing it, it'll be established within like a year and a half at the earliest.
Yeah.
But like it also really depends on how much the esports industry grows, how much collegiate esports grows. I'm really excited about this next season because we saw the League of Legends changes for
CLOL looks so good.
It looks
Fuck
really
Swiss.
good.
Fuck Swiss format.
That shit sucks.
Quote that. Put it in like a round robin by conference, which
it's a lot better.
Great. Pretty much, Alan, I mean, you can talk about this for CLOL, but I mean, you're literally put into a position where you don't know what your schedule is going to look like, and you can only prep like barely a week in advance.
Yeah.
If that much.
Yeah, I can talk a bit about it. So, because I've been doing it for the past 3 years. Basically, the United States and all the colleges that participate in League of Legends, right? Called CLOL, is split into 4 conferences. So North, South, East, and West, and we happen to be in the South Conference. So me and Avi here, and then by conference. So let's say we're in the South Conference. They rank us from seed 1 to how many teams apply.
Like 100 in the South, right?
Yep. Based on your rank. So normally NC State and UNC are very high. We're like top.
At least top 30.
Top 10. Not even top 30.
10.
Top 30 is like very low.
Yeah.
There's like
90 average.
Yeah, there's like 99 teams at most that sign up every year, and we are normally like single digit, like at UNC and NC State. So then you play against the seeds that are lower than you. So for example, round 1, seed 1 plays against seed 100. Seed 2 plays against seed 99, right? And it keeps going like that. Yep. So the first round's very easy for everyone, and then it keeps getting narrower and narrower because now you're playing against the next pool of people that have the same record as you, right?
Yep.
So round 2 is anyone with a 1-0 score, but then it's whoever's the highest seed in that bracket
plays the lowest seed,
etc., etc. So it's so messy, and you could probably figure out who you're playing up against in like week 5 or 6, but other than that, it's like kind of a guessing game, right?
That's tough.
But yeah, it always ramps up. Like you'll just randomly get a hard match round 3, and then it's gonna be easy for the round 4 and 5. Then round 6 it's hard again, right? And you need a 5-1 record, or you can only lose once to get out of the conference to go to playoffs.
That sucks.
And then I believe this past season both NC State and UNC finished 4-2.
Yep.
And then we're just done. That's
like it's so annoying.
That's it.
Like you performed so well. Like in retrospect, like 4-2 was not a bad record.
No.
But it's not good enough.
Yeah,
it's not good enough.
It's cringe.
Because for me, the 3 years I played, we barely made it out 5-1, and our last match was always against a team that was higher ranked than us. And I could remember every moment when we win, where how hyped we got, right, every time. Yeah. And it was like the best. It just felt good.
Yeah.
But it was so stressful too.
Going back to like collegiate, I see like with CLOL restructuring and with Valorant announcing like a proper collegiate
especially
circuit.
In NA. It's crazy to me how big Val is here versus like.
I mean,
it's literally like the biggest esport in NA now.
I mean, I literally work in the arena, right, and
it's
almost
like
everyone's playing.
Valorant
Yeah, almost everyone's playing Valorant every time.
Wow. And like with the Valorant collegiate circuit coming up, and then collegiate R6 being as big as it is, and collegiate Rocket League being as big as it is, along with like very consistent scenes in like CS and Overwatch.
Yep.
It's gonna be so much easier to like recruit players.
Yep.
We're also
for these leagues.
We're very lucky to have, because Riot Games doesn't do a great job at things, but they at least care about their collegiate program.
Yeah,
more
they
than
do.
Other.
They do a lot.
More than other companies.
I'm happy with how Ubisoft has been handling and Psyonix have been handling Rocket League and Rainbow Six though. That's been honestly like a very big point, and it's like it helps NC State's like #1 Rainbow Six team in the country or something. No big deal. No big deal. Shout out Taco, Anarchy, Fred, Rai, and who am I missing? Drew, my goats. Love you guys.
Hey, but you guys still lost Rocket League today though, and League of Legends tomorrow for sure.
All right, just wait for the CS match. Top 10 in the country. CS match is gonna be really. I get to cast a CS match. Me and my boy MTB. I'm really excited. I love watching my boys play.
I'm excited to hear. I played CSGO in high school for like a month or 2. And so one time I had to solo stream a CSGO match.
How did that go?
And I threw it up on the TV and I sat in one of the chairs and just watched. I let like the auto spectator take the wheel. And Howie had this one retake with a FAMAS. He killed like 3 people with the FAMAS.
And did you get really hyped for it?
Yeah. I put it in my commentary reel.
Wait, I remember. I watched that moment on the commentary reel. That's so sick. I'm hoping that I get to. There was like one of my players did like a 6 scout 1v4 where he got a jumping double.
Oh my God.
Like he was in the air and got like a collat, and then he killed one more guy, and he picked up a Mak 10 and got a 1v4. It was so good. I want to cash shit like that so badly.
Yeah, shooters are so fun to watch for me, but the way I've been playing League, right, is like very high.
Shooter heavy?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the way I play League is I literally have the highest DPI, right? Because I'm so used to.
Are you playing on like 6,000 DPI or something?
Like 2,500, like 3,000, right?
What the flex
And
capacitors?
I literally have this much desk space at home,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
barely move, right? And my biggest issue, like while playing League, is literally I misclick, right? Like that's the whole point of like shooters or like FPS games is that you need to be precise.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to high DPI.
I play on 1600 DPI point like 175 sensitivity, which is
It's
like
impossible for me to
like
play.
literally like a fifth of your sensitivity.
Yeah, it's literally impossible for me to play anything that requires me to be precise because I'm so used to high DPI now.
Garbage.
Yep. Hey, but I can still play League, bro.
Yeah. I can't say anything because like I never played League properly, like competitively. I like watched competitive and I played normals, and that's it.
Nice.
And I just wish at least like people could take a look at how much work we put into our games and like teamwork and
Yeah, no.
because the communication is
It's
like an
so
art.
vital.
It's actually so amazing when you sit there and listen to how people communicate in a game. That's like.
And it's so different game by game as well. Like you listen into your comms, I'm sure it's like you're constantly talking about something, you're constantly communicating something to your team. But like in CS, you're like, there's moments when you need to just shut the fuck up and let your teammate play.
It's so crazy, like all the skills you learn, because it's like me and my friends, we played together for so long that our communication is like very pristine, that we can play against teams that have never played with each other before, but they're better than us, right? And you'd win just purely because your communication and like the way you work together is so good.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Third wave dive top.
It's so funny because like it's like these are my good friends and we can play like at a high level competitively and still have fun, right?
Yeah.
I just wish people saw more of that, like just behind the scenes of how people talk to each other in a game. It's like so amazing how it's done.
Quick question from chat for you, Avi. Is NC State playing in R6 tonight versus Akron?
I think so. Let me tell you, that's gonna be a good match. We don't care about basketball. We're not playing. Damn, they're playing during the game. That sucks. I'm pretty sure they're playing tonight. I can tell you exactly.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Today, this is from Face It College. Today,
semifinals.
Everyone's favorite
snap.
Collegiate Rainbow Six rivalry faces off again. This time in R6 CC semifinals. Will
Let's
number
go.
1 Esports at NCSU or number 4 Zips Esports move on to the grand final this Tuesday, April 5th? Wait, is that today or? No, yeah, it is today. The finals are on Tuesday.
Word. Okay.
I'm voting for NCSU. Why are
50-50.
52% for Akron? L. Go vote for NCSU. NCSU cracked.
Anyway, I think that is going to do it for the Triangle Takedown podcast talk.
That was a
Avi,
great time.
Alan, do you guys have any closing thoughts?
You go first.
We have Overwatch tomorrow, CSGO and League of Legends, right?
Yep.
And we'll be giving out stuff, and everyone's free to come out and hang out with us.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of matches. It's gonna be a really good time. It's gonna be real competitive.
Free Red Bull.
We got free Red Bull. Come through for some Red Bull.
laptops from MSI.
We got laptops from MSI if you want a game on them.
and
They're
MSI
pretty
goodies
sick.
to
They
get
are
out.
pretty sick.
So-
And the peripherals too. We got mice, keyboards, headsets, mics,
All of it
all of it.
covered.
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang. When does it start? Overwatch starts at 1, probably till 3.
Probably.
Yep.
Depending
1
on
to
how many
3
maps.
for Overwatch.
They're playing a first to
CSGO
3.
is going to start right afterwards. So CSGO is going to go from around 3 to 6, and then League of Legends to finish us off for day 2 of the Triangle Takedown. Some very, very fun, exciting series between UNC and NC State coming up tomorrow. Alan, any final thoughts headed into the league match tomorrow?
Oh, I'm not too worried. I haven't even been practicing. I'm sure it's gonna be a stomp. But if you guys need to see the schedule, it's always on the Discords for both NC State and
yeah, I
UNC's
posted it earlier
Discord.
this morning.
So all the information's there if you guys want to come out and watch, or just watch.
Yeah, come to
Watch
the
it.
arena if you're on campus tomorrow after the Duke game. We'll be hosting a watch party, and you'll be able to see the players competing.
Get some free Red Bull.
That's what we're saying. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Avi, did you have any closing thoughts, Mike?
I just want to say thanks for having me. I love chatting with you guys. It's been lovely chatting here. Enjoyed talking with you guys. I love talking about esports, about college esports.
No, yeah, for
If you
sure.
guys want me on for one of your real podcasts, let me know. And if
Okay,
you want
will
to
do.
cast
Yeah,
a
yeah.
game with me that isn't like
little NC
formal
State
like
league.
this. Yeah, I'm down for that.
come through for weeklies?
Yeah, I'm down for that.
We'll definitely
I should be coming through for weeklies. I need to play more Smash Brothers.
We'll be working together more often, I hope.
Yeah,
Both
I'm
our clubs,
hoping more events will happen between our clubs because they've been happening between the Smash clubs.
Mhm.
Why can't they
Yeah.
happen between us?
That's what we're saying. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for coming out to check out the stream and supporting both the UNC Esports Club and esports at NC State. That's going to do it for the Day 1 broadcast. I've been Mak Dewey. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Avi, for joining us. Stay tuned. Come back for Day 2 of the Triangle Takedown starting at 1 p.m. with Overwatch. Thank y'all. Have a fun, safe night. Enjoy the game. Enjoy our 6 action for NC State. Let's do it, guys. It's going to be a fun weekend. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Have a good day, guys.